Hello everyone. Any medication and fluids she may need. And we're gonna wait till this person
I've
starts
already
talking.
tied a tourniquet on the patient's upper arm.
Shut
Can you find a suitable vein in the patient's hand?
Shut up.
Looks good to me. Next, we need to sterilize the insertion area using an alcohol wipe.
Whatever. I don't care. Okay, so guys, this is the natural. I want to try the natural one. This is the C-section birth. Yes, I know. I did some other things. This is different.
Now that the area is disinfected, it's time to insert the needle and advance the angiocatheter into the vein.
I don't even feel comfortable
Take a stab
anymore.
at it.
Take a stab. Did you hear him? He said take a stab at it. It's like so not safe.
The small burst of blood that you just saw in the angiocatheter hub is known as a flashback. This lets us know that the angiocatheter is correctly positioned in the vein. Now I'll release the tourniquet. While applying gentle pressure over the vein to collapse it,
please shut the heck up.
This will reduce the amount of blood that may pour out of the angiocatheter while the needle is removed. Once you remove the needle,
I already did this
properly
once
dispose of it
to make sure there wasn't anything inappropriate, and it seems to be fine.
I'll lock the IV tubing to the angiocatheter by rotating the locking mechanism. And finally, we need to secure the IV with tape and test the IV line. Excellent job. Was it easier than you thought it would be?
Sure.
In order to reduce the amount of discomfort our patient may have, we'll be giving her a spinal anesthesia. This differs from an epidural in that we'll be injecting the anesthetic directly into the spinal fluid that surrounds the spinal cord, and there's no catheter involved.
It's wrong.
First, clean the area using iodine-based antiseptic solution.
When I was playing earlier, I forgot to do this. I felt really bad. I'm painting on her. I feel like an artist today.
Next, we'll inject a local anesthetic to decrease the pain the patient will feel when we inject the spinal anesthetic. So far, so good. Now we need to inject the spinal anesthetic directly into the patient's spine.
Okay, directly into their spine.
Now just place a bandage over the injection site. And
a bandage is gonna help. Sure.
Great. Before we can make any incisions, we need to clean the patient's abdomen with an antimicrobial iodine solution.
Antimicrobial. Hey, there ain't nobody problem.
Now use the scalpel to make the abdominal incisions. As the incisions are made, you'll need to separate the layers of tissue, fat, and muscle.
And this is where it gets disgusting. No. Take a stab at it. Don't you regret watching this video now?
It's getting a little messy in there. Use the suction to clear out some of the excess blood and fluid.
It's getting a little messy. And you call this messy. Hey, it's not that graphic.
Insert the retractor to push down the patient's bladder.
Now this is when it gets nasty.
Make an incision into the patient's uterus.
This is what happens when you have a C-section.
Be careful though. We don't want to accidentally injure the baby.
I want to accidentally injure the baby. Just for the fun laughs of it.
We're almost there. Sometimes a surgeon will need to use forceps to help the baby out, but not in this case. The next step is to apply pressure around the baby's head to assist us in removing the baby.
I don't care, I've already heard it.
Before we completely remove the baby from the uterus, use the suction bulb to suction fluids from the baby's nose and mouth.
This is what happens to you.
Now, let's have a baby.
Hey, Catherine.
Hey, Pat.
Thanks. I'm recording.
I'm at the part where he take a stab at it.
Oh gosh. That's the funniest part.
Oh, yeah, this is...
I already have the baby born. It's out of sight of the babiness. I'm gonna do the natural birth too.
In order to reduce the amount of discomfort our patient may have.
Cool. You can literally do that?
There's a natural birth one too. Okay. Okay, Catherine, you will be surprised. Watch this, guys. Watch me pull this giant sack of nasties out.
Turn your video on so they can see because I'm recording too.
I did. My video's on.
Oh, okay. So
Okay, I need to sew this girl back up. She's like...
I think I have to clean her back.
Is my camera's not on.
Okay, so I'm just gonna. Okay, I'm gonna restart the. No, never mind.
Take a stab at it. We made that into such a funny joke.
Alright, so now I'm going to do that to her, right next to her spine.
Take a stab at it.
Okay, now we're gonna actually go into her spine. We are such good surgery people.
I'm not a good surgeon.
Stab right into her spine.
Especially when they just like cut her open. It's just like... Today, me and Catherine watched America's Next Top Model. She watched like through my Skype screen. I was watching it on my TV, and I just like put my computer right next to my TV so she could watch it. It was so funny. I did an amazing job. Okay, we're done. Here, I'll pause it here and